Yo, what is up guys? It is esports content entertainment coming at you guys with another video here today. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Odoamne and Rogue. So Odoamne has been trying so hard to finally win a title in Europe. He has competed in the EULCS era and has been competing in the LEC era for Europe, but he has never actually won a title despite being one of the best top laners in Europe for a very, very long time. But he finally broke that curse earlier this year when Rogue and Odoamne won the LEC 2022 Summer Split, and they went to be Europe's first seed at the 2022 League of Legends World Championship, and Rogue actually went 4-0 to actually start the group out, but then later on, they started to fall completely flat. They didn't win a single game after they went 4-0. It seems like the roster had peaked as hard as it possibly could have, and then after that, they just really couldn't actually evolve at any point, and they just kept losing every single game. They lost to DRX, they lost to Top Esports, then they ended up losing to JDG in the League of Legends 2022 World Championship quarterfinals 3-0. So you have to kind of factor in, if you get destroyed like that by an Eastern team, especially the first seed out of the LPL, the organization is definitely going to be making some changes. Now, personally for me, I would just run the same roster back, actually, because usually if a roster actually wins, it's actually very imperative you keep that roster together, because that roster has finally hit their stride. They finally won a championship together, and then usually the teams that win a championship previously going into the next split already have that pre-built synergy in, so at worst they'll at least be getting top 3 in their respective league. Actually, you could look at 100 Thieves. When 100 Thieves finally won a LCS trophy for the LCS 2021 Summer Split, that roster went on to finish at least top 3 and actually make 3 out of the last 4 finals for the LCS. So, a team that has finally won a title together should definitely work on trying to keep that core roster together. Actually, I would say just run the roster back for an entire year for 2023 for the LEC, and then if it doesn't work out or you don't get the results you really want, then at that point just blow it up. But having Odoamne potentially go to Excel Esports, that'd be fucking crazy. But it turns out that might actually be a reality, because it was already previously announced that Szygenda is going to actually be taking Odoamne's spot on Rogue. Now, I don't know who else they actually plan on switching out of Rogue, because Koi has bought a majority stake into Rogue's organization, actually. So they're going to potentially want to make some changes. I don't know if it's the Koi side that wants to make these changes or the Rogue side of it, because we're hearing rumors that it's mostly the Rogue side of it that actually want to, make some changes. I personally wouldn't swap out Odoamne though. I think he is at worst top 4 in his role. He is such a veteran player with a nice presence. His skill has not deteriorated at all, being and playing as long as he has. He's essentially like Impact for the LEC, actually. If you want to put it in just complete layman's terms, he's just like Impact, essentially just a little bit better at carry champions, all things considered. This is actually not coming from LEC Wulo. The part where LEC Wulo talks about this, I'll use that at the end of the video when I'm going over his part of it. So another guy named Alejandro Gumas is also another person that is a trusted source when it comes to these roster announcements though, okay? So he puts right here, sources: Odoamne reached verbal agreement with Excel Esports. The Romanian will be Excel's top laner next LEC season. So that means they would get rid of Finn for Odoamne. So getting rid of Finn for Odoamne, in my own personal opinion, is actually a big upgrade. Finn looked really suspect in a lot of Excel's games for the LEC 2022 Summer Split. So I personally wouldn't have kept him anyway. And they're also reporting now that Finn might not have a team. But Finn did not play very well, guys. And it's crazy how Excel were like, you know what? We got to get Mikyx in here. He's going to be the key piece to getting us where we want to be at. But then they actually sell Mickey back to G2 because the org probably is going to need some money. So they get rid of Advian because they need a better support. And then they get rid of Mikyx back to G2. It's crazy how these things work, actually. So this was the same person that runs the Blix Blix.gg website, where they already previously reported on other credible rumors that have been floating around, being the LCS format changes, as well as the other rumors that I haven't got a chance to get to because I was very, very busy with work, actually. This is also the same website that reported that Szygenda will be Rogue's top laner for the next LEC season coming up in 2023. According to sources close to Blix.gg, Odoamne has reached a verbal agreement with Excel Esports to be the new top laner for Excel Esports. Odoamne did not renew with Koi for the next season 2023. As we reported earlier, Szygenda will be the new top laner for the organization. Odoamne is a high value player in Europe. There were many teams that showed interest in the top laner, but everything took a 180-degree turn in the last 24 hours, and he has reached a verbal agreement with Excel Esports. The Romanian competed in the Worlds and passed the groups. Rogue was the only European team to achieve this. In addition to this feat, they won the LEC in the summer split of this past year, 2022. So, yes. There's also the LEC format changes, which we'll cover in a separate video, actually. So, yeah, Szygenda will be Rogue's newest top laner. Odoamne will be Excel's newest top laner, and Finn is gonna probably end up playing on like SK Gaming or some shit if they can't find anybody, right? I'm just saying SK as an example. He might even end up on Astralis, because why would Astralis keep Vizicachi at all, you know? But it's one of these things where, I mean, Odoamne joining Excel, it's a upgrade for them. Like, having these, like, people gotta factor in, even though Odoamne has really never been that good at Worlds, in Europe itself, it's not that bad to have him. I mean, he's going to perform very well domestically. He's always performed very well domestically, so there's no reason not to have him on your team. But if you're trying to do well at Worlds, I mean, you just got to put this guy on just, you know, tank top laners and just hopes he just does well. I mean, putting him on champions like Maokai and Sion, you know, which is Maokai in particular, because they put him on Maokai, you know, repeatedly when they were winning those games week one. It's just fine, honestly. Like, he knows exactly who the player he is. He can definitely carry, depending on the situation on which champions you put him on, but he's also a super solid rock in the top lane. So, yeah, I would definitely have kept him if I was Rogue. I don't know who else Rogue is trying to keep, because Rogue also have Malrong and Larson and Trimby and Comp. Maybe they just want to swap out one player, because if they just swap out one player and they keep the rest of the other 4 players, I mean, that's also not a bad thing either, because you're still keeping a main core of your roster. You're not making too many drastic shifts, actually. Maybe they just want more carry potential in the top lane, but if the meta isn't really carry-oriented top laners, then it's really not going to be that big of a deal, honestly. But it will be a big deal, because if you're buying a new person just to carry, then he's going to have to play a different style, and is Szygenda going to be the player to really play these different styles? Because the last time I saw this guy in the LEC, he wasn't really that good, actually. But who knows? LEC Willow says, to add context on Excel Odoamne, Finn himself was initially told he'd stay on Excel, but with how unexpected this offseason is shaping up to be, Excel ended up in a position that could secure them Odoamne. So they did it. Nobody saw this coming 2 days ago. Yeah, because with how crazy any offseason is, like I said before, domino effect. When one domino falls, the other ones all fall. Maybe Odoamne wanted to play with Hansama and Mickey X, but they ended up going to G2. And G2 most likely is not going to move on from Broken Blade to get Odoamne, a player that they probably don't see too much value in because, you know, they probably think he's old and it's not gonna really, he's not gonna, you know, be putting the same amount of effort. Could be a lot of reasons why. Or maybe Odoamne just doesn't want to play on G2. Could be a lot of reasons. Or maybe he was gonna go to Fnatic. I don't know. Offseason is crazy. Let me know what you guys think about Odoamne joining Excel. That's crazy, actually. I didn't think that was gonna happen, but I knew that Odoamne wasn't going to be on Excel. I knew that because I was going through all the rumors and all the trusted sources that I look through generally when I give you guys these videos. And yeah, Szygenda was going to be Rogue's top laner. So I don't know. Szygenda, the last time I saw him in the LEC, wasn't that good, actually. I thought he was pretty trash. But hey, maybe he improved in the ERLs, and maybe he's going to be what Rogue needs. Now, if the meta is not carry top laners and they want more carry threat in the top lane, then that's going to be an issue because he's going to have to play a different style. And is he good at playing different styles? Who knows? We'll have to see. All right. See you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I am MSK, and this is Esports Content Entertainment, your one place for esports content. All right, guys. Peace.